continuing discipleship, mentoring. And if we did more of that, we would not only see our numbers grow, but we'll continue to grow spiritually. Thank you for pointing that out to me, brother. Okay, thank you for your testimony. And we are, oh, there's one more back.
We have to be very, very careful. We have to do a stumbling block for people, because that will be on our head.
Okay.
Very careful.
How can, when you say a stumbling block, what do you...
Well, just like, you go out and you gather in people, and then you tell them that they're not, following the thing that you want to follow, or doing what you said that they should be doing. Let the Holy Spirit take care of it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a stumbling block for someone coming in.
Yeah, we're trying to make Christians in our image, as you're saying, and we cannot do that. Only thing we do is sow the seed. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Jones, can you read that? Job 24:12. Okay, so in these texts, it's really the cry of the oppressed. God has folks in the city that are his people, as we found in the early lesson here, that and there is oppression. He hears our oppression, and he knows the hurt that's going on, and one day we'll all reside in a city, but we'll have a country home too, and that should be our desire. And then we say sowing and reaping in the cities. Now, the parable that Jesus gave in Matthew has to refer to the countryside, right? You saw the sower sowing in the countryside, and where the seeds fell on hard ground, some among the thorns, some on fertile ground, so forth. So, how do you sow in the city? And what's the stony ground? What's the thorns? What are some on the wayside, and the birds come and take it away? And then there's some that fall on the fertile ground, which tells me, that in the city there's some fertile ground. It's in the
Lots of prayer with tears.
Okay.
And guidance from Holy Spirit by reading the Bible and like we were also like a strong soldier of Christ, and then put Christ in front of us and let him lead us to the ground where the souls are there.
Okay, so you're saying that prayer, and that's what Paul did. You can't do anything without preparation. Letting the Holy Spirit guide you. But you have to make sure that you make a complete surrender of your life to the Holy Spirit in order to be led. I mean, you can't be going out there with some baggage. That known baggage, stuff that that is going to be a hindrance, because the world knows. They can see a phony real quick. Okay, so anything else? Any others? Yes, Doctor.
When I lived in the city, I tried to influence the people that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. We have multiple opportunities of meeting people. If you're riding on the transit system, or if you're if you're in the barber shop, I find the barber shop seems to be a real good place for me to get in discussion, and also in the gym, because you always have folks. There's a group of us, that will go into the sauna, and they're all my vintage, and so and old retirees, and everybody has an opinion, and so it's easy to get into a discussion on spiritual matters. And I know I've given out several books to folk there that have asked me about our health message, and I think that's a good opening wedge, because everybody now is concerned about health, good health, and correct eating and so forth. So these are opportunities to do this. Now, I've extended invitations for them to come to church, and I'm going to come. They haven't come yet, but one day they might. Yes, sir.
This lesson is involved.
This I'm not like you, brother. You got this super hearing.
And this lesson is involved on a personal basis.
Okay, yeah, it should, but it should.
Right.
Yeah, all of us.
I'm going to ask you for an application before we leave, but that's
Okay.
it. But I'm concerned whether or not we know how to invite those people. Let me just take on this. Those people that we associate with, we want to associate with, we will invite them to church. But why would we invite them to church?
I never thought of that.
Why would we invite them?
Yeah.
We now get to know them.
Okay.
We then get to influence them because they look at you.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's a lot less more relaxed environment.
Mm-hmm.
And you got this man ready.
Okay.
And the question becomes, and I'm going to go back to what the elder said right here. I think that there's a lack of training for us as a group of people in how to witness those folks. What do we talk about to them? Once with Dr. Jones had, why did they all come to the church? What did he not do? What did I not do with those that I work with that don't come? We didn't invite them to church. But do we invite them home?
Okay.
Get to know them, because that's what we build.
Get together, he garden in his garden, swimming pool, it's just, he gave my son really good things from God.
Okay.
Good things from God. Praise the Lord.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes,
It's a good testimony there.
You can hear the person because the person you don't care about.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so sowing in the cities. What do we get out of this? Sowing in the cities. Any more on that? How do we do that? Pardon? How do we do that in El Sobrante? Anyone care to answer that? How do we do that in El Sobrante? Get to know the people first?
Are we a thriving church? Are we a thriving church? Thriving, a community church.
Yeah, I would say that we are a commuting church. Driving. Yeah. And that presents that's different. When I grew up here in the Bay Area, everybody around Market Street Church could almost walk to church. Pardon? Yeah, I lived in the community, and a lot of the membership grew from folk in the community. That was 60, 70 years ago almost. Now everybody is, we all live out and we drive in, and we don't get to know what's around us.
How do we do that? That's what I'm saying. How do we do that here, right now? What does that look like?
But El Sobrante.
When you look at the dynamics
No. Yeah, it's a mega city. Yeah. And we just live in a section of it. Go ahead. Okay.
I think that there are things that perhaps we can begin to do. Because I'm sure he's the only driving home, the only homeless person with a car that can't find a place to spend the night.
Well, as I said, they told us that the homelessness was prevalent here in the El Sobrante area. Go ahead.
I was thinking that perhaps we could do something to accommodate them a little bit more. Like putting up a honey bucket or something somewhere in the bushes so that they don't relieve themselves on the property.
Why don't you invite me to your church? Why don't you set up a place down there that the Republicans can use out of their room? Why do we want to do that?
Yeah.
We're not attacking, you know what I'm saying? If we want to really
Well,
be serious about it,
That's even better.
with the,
I think we should.
with the,
That's why I say to you, there's a good together.
well, see, that's what other churches have done. As you read in the companion book, this is what happened in Seoul, Korea. It did something like that, and we have folk that will sleep out